Guys, stop what you're doing. Hold the presses. It happened. It happened. Lane Lambert is no more. And who were we thinking? We were looking like who would be the head coach of the New York Islanders? This one came out of left field. Patrick Waugh, the new head coach of the New York Islanders. God damn! Oh my god! I did not expect this today at all. This was out of left field. I am completely baffled. This happened today. Oh, it's Patrick Waugh. I did not see him coming back as an NHL coach. This was like not in the bingo cards at all, at all. But we're gonna get into that. How I got the news today, how it dropped. I was at work all of today. I literally just worked 7 to 7. And I was just sitting down. I think I had to put something in my chart or like my computer for one of my patients, and my phone starts going bzz, 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 bzz in my pocket. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Because my phone does not go off like that. I think you guys know, like, your phones do not go off like that. And I looked in my pocket and I'm thinking like, what would make my phone go off that hard? And I'm like, no. I was like, no way, did it happen? All I was expecting to see was Lane Lambert fired. Like interim coach, something, maybe. Pull out my phone. I see Patrick Waugh. I'm like, what do you mean Patrick Waugh? And then I see Lane Lambert fired, Patrick Waugh hired as new and dude, I like literally like fell out of my chair. I sprinted to the break room because I was like, what? I was like, could not believe my eyes. I was like, holy shit. Just sprinted to the break room. Yes, they are Zelda earrings. But sprinted, like, freaking out. One of the other nurses was in the room, and I was like, "I'm sorry," but, like, holy crap, this just happened with the Islanders. Like, I can't breathe. Like, that's when I made that reaction video. If you guys follow me on the Twitters, um, you saw that reaction video. That was, like, straight up live what happened to me. And we got Thomas Boyle here with the 5 saying, "Wow, yes, 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 absolutely. Oh my god, this is exactly what we needed. This is exactly what we needed, baby." And thank you, Thomas, for that 5. I appreciate it. But this is what we needed. Patrick Waugh is the antithesis of Lane Lambert. Like, how many times was I yelling on podcast videos? You guys know, I was yelling that Lane Lambert was just sitting back on the bench. He wasn't yelling at his players. How many times did I talk about in podcasts that Lane, in between periods, what was he telling the players? A bedtime story? Because they would never show up for the next period. They would never get their asses in gear. It felt like nothing could get them going. Waugh is not going to let that happen. He is not going to let that happen. And that's something I know for certain, is that Watt he is very vocal. Everyone knows everyone knows his incident with was that Bruce? With Bruce Boudreaux? Yeah. Everyone knows that incident. Like, everyone knows he is loud. He is about winning, which yes. And his quotes today, night and day. We talk about press conferences with coaches, about showing up, and this is something I respect Tortorella about. Is that he comes up and he tells it like it is. He just comes up, and I feel like that's something Waugh is gonna do. Everyone knows about him and his press conference about Duchesne. Duchesne scored his 30th goal of the season, but it was during while they were down 4-0, and he scored the one goal to make the deficit 4-1. And Waugh at the end of the game called out Duchesne. He goes, "You're celebrating that? Like, you're down 3 goals. Why are you celebrating like that?" Like, it's his 30th goal. I can understand, but Waugh is if that tells you anything, he's all about winning. He's all about winning. Doesn't care unless the score is in your favor. And he's going to make that happen. That's what I'm so stoked about, is he knows. He knows. Oh my god. It's just, it's so amazing. Charles, he is not the president of hockey operations. He wants nothing to do with management. In his press conference today, they asked him if he wanted to like do any management sort of operations within the New York Islanders, and he said adamantly no. He goes, I told Lou on the phone, I do not want to do anything with management. I don't, this, you're the GM, you're Lou, you make the choices, I'm the coach. He said, I want to focus on um my players and connecting with the fans, which to me was like, this man knows the people. This man knows the algorithm. He knows the people, which is so important. It's so important. Go back to a Lou statement. You're our sixth player, like you're our seventh player. He go like you're our seventh player on the ice. Like that's so important. But he had so many great things in this press conference, night and day. Lane Lambert given the same damn answers, same excuses, every single thing. And this is here comes Walk just coming in and telling it like it is. And I freaking respect that. The biggest quote from him today that I want to read verbatim. I don't want to just do it off of memory, but I want to do this verbatim because I think this is for Islanders fans or fans that you haven't heard this. I feel like it needs to be heard, which is something as this gets me excited as a fan. This gets me with hope. This gets me to believe in this team again. And this is what he said. This is in this press conference today. He reads, or it says, in quote, our fan base is extremely important. I want the fans to come to our games and be excited about us. I want our fans to walk in the street wearing that jersey and be proud of that team. That is my objective. And end quote. That to me is just huge. Like, how do you not get excited after a quote like that? How do you not get stoked? Like he just says, just perfect. Just absolutely perfect. I know New Jersey Devils fans were like, see, fire coach. I know New Jersey Devils fans were kind of like that, but it's just absolutely. How could you not get excited? How could you like as an Islanders fan? My energy, my passion has just been reinvigorated. And you guys saw, I posted a very hard tweet the other day after this Blackhawks game. Um, After this Blackhawks game, I posted a very hard tweet that I did not want to tweet, but I felt I had to because I was in a lot of pain from watching this team do the same thing again and again and again. I'll tell you what I tweeted out because it really was not easy for me to write, but it was just and it resonated with fans because it blew up. And I said this was my breaking point. It was this game. I'm done and I can't stand this anymore. If something isn't done by this organization after this, I don't know anymore. I love this team with all of my heart, and you guys know I do. But this organization makes me feel they don't give a damn. I said that after the loss of last game. And you know what? My God, did switch happen like that? This switch is huge. I'm curious to see, here's the biggest thing I will say to Islanders Nation. This is the biggest thing I will say to Islanders Nation. Is that I'm not expecting night and day. He's with the team like less than a day going into this home game tomorrow. Like less than a day. I'm not expecting the Islanders to be this whole different team tomorrow. Maybe do I hopefully see more of a jump in their step? Yes, I am hopefully waiting to see if there's more a jump in their step for tomorrow's game. But I'm not expecting to see a whole different dynamic with this team. He's with them less than a day. Okay, and he's going to get what? One practice with them? I'm not expecting miracles. But as games go on, I'm hoping to see that invigorated change in the team. I'm hoping, I one thing I'm gonna be watching the bench most of the game. I feel like I want to see him yelling. I want to see him going. I want to see him with fire. Just give the fire to the players because that's gonna give fires to the fans. Be a coach. That's what we want. Be a coach. And with the press conference today, everyone was saying he killed it. that he absolutely killed it. I'm gonna go to Stefan Rosner's article right here for NHL.com. Stefan Rosner retweeted, sorry, it's by Nicholas Kotsanika. But you can look it up here. This is the article I am reading right now. So, want another shot. He said that he wanted another shot at coaching. Patrick Roy says it means a lot. When I left Colorado, I thought the phone would ring faster, but it did not. And I understood that the way I left Colorado was not the best way to do things. So, he takes responsibility for his past. Things like that. And they said, sorry if that like just killed some people's ears. But he says, how the Islanders have lost 6 of the last 7, but enter Saturday 2 points behind the Detroit Red Wings for the wild card spot in the Eastern Conference. And he goes, in my opinion, that's exactly what this is for. You know, where this is, he said, he says Islanders playoffs start now. And he said that. He goes, Islanders playoffs start now. Which I think is so just yes. Get into the mode. Let's get back on it. Let's, start jumping and getting this train riding. 2 important questions. He said, one, is Waugh a different coach now than when he left Colorado? Waugh replied saying, day and night. I learned to respect even more today the work of coaching, coming to the rink early, working hard to help the players with ideas, and I really want to establish a bit of what we did in Colorado, which was a partnership with the players. We want the players to buy into what we'll do as a coaching staff and help them achieve their goals. 2, well, and this is to answer someone who asked this before, which is why I knew the answer because I read this column before I did this. He said, "Will Waugh have a role in management?" He says, "Zero interest in management," and that's the first thing I told Lou. Even at the end of the day in Colorado, Joe was our GM, and he was making most of the decisions. Yeah, he would come downstairs and ask my opinion on things, but I had zero interest in management. And I would say this to you. When I took the job in Colorado, I think I was a bit of a dreamer and thinking that I could do both. I think I have plenty on my plate. Just worry about my relationship with the players and the media and try to use the media as a bridge between us and our fans. And the columnist who wrote this said, if you're an Islanders fan, how can you not be excited about that? And I am completely agree. He's motivated coach, who's just focusing straight up of what he's got to do. He's not interested in management, trades, like thinking, yeah, he'll give his opinion, but he is focused on his players and also just connecting and being, honest and one-on-one with the fans via the media, which is goddamn respect because we've had a lack of that. I feel like we've had a very bad lack of that. Okay, and he goes, I'm proud to take the time going back to junior, working with those guys and making sure that I stay on top of different culture because the player of today is different than what it was in my time. It changed and you have to adjust to the younger guys. I'm happy that I did this and I'm very happy I received the call. He goes, I wasn't unhappy on the golf course. I won't lie. But I would say this to you, it was a very welcome call. So he is not only going to be very pinpoint focused on being a head coach, he is excited about it. He's excited about this opportunity to come back and coach as a head coach in the NHL, which is just so exciting. It's so exactly what we need. And you know what? Here's the thing. He said that he's like seen the core of this team. He said that he's like the mix of the veterans and the younger players. He has to find what he likes. The lines are going to change. Maybe not big changes, but they're going to change on what he sees and what he thinks works. I'm hoping that he keeps good chemistries together, Barzal and Horvat. But, he has to learn the players first. I think he's going to keep the lines very similar tomorrow. I don't think there's going to be much of a shakeup there. I think he's going to keep it very similar, if anything, because he still has to learn these guys. You don't just come to a new team, sit down and go, oh, yeah, this is how it should be, like how we all know them. He doesn't know them like that. He has to sit down, look at these guys in practice and go, this is how it's going to be. So that's why it's very exciting. I don't think tomorrow is going to be that big of a shakeup. He still has to learn this team. That's what I'm saying. The only thing is that I'm looking for tomorrow is that there's more of a jump in their step. I think Islanders fans don't expect a miracle tomorrow of like an insanely different team. If that happens, I mean, awesome. I just say don't expect it. Don't expect this whole brand new Islanders team out of nowhere. Change takes a little bit of time. Give him a little bit of time. So that the only thing I'm waiting to see is a change of invigoration of the level of intensity with the team, and I think that's been very missing with this Islanders group. I was going to talk about it tomorrow on the podcast. That something the Islanders have been missing so big is like a spring in their step. Like they seem miserable playing. There's no tenacity, there's no grit, there's no like it feels like they just don't want to win. I'm sorry, I watched that Blackhawks game. The Blackhawks were in the same situation. They didn't have six forwards. Six forwards. They lost Bedard. They were rock bottom and came willing more to play than we did. We had maybe 10 good minutes of hockey out of a 60-minute game. The Blackhawks showed up and said that I want to win no matter what. The Islanders did not. And that to me is heartbreaking. That to me is what made that game so detrimental to my heart. Because not only did we like lose, it's not just about the loss. So yeah, we lost in OT, whatever. It's that it looked like my team just didn't give a damn. And you can tell. Fans, you can tell when a team just gives up. And whose job is it on the team to reinvigorate the players, to get them, get their asses kicked and get them, excited? It's the coach. I don't know what he was saying in the locker room, but it wasn't working. And we all know that with Lane Lambert. And here's what I'm going to say about Lane Lambert. Did I want him fired more than anything? Yes. I you guys know that. I have no like lies or like any secrets I'm keeping about that. But I do look at it at a human standpoint. With Lane Lambert, he did try, I would say, his best. Lane Lambert tried his best as a first-time head coach with the team. And I want to thank him for his time with us and, just, doing what he could. That he tried and he cared, and I appreciate that he, gave it his all. But it's the nature of the business. And Lefty, I did get my luggage back. But Big Islanders fan with the 5, thank you so much. He says, there is no accountability for certain players. I agree. Ticked me off. How is Martin playing after giving away a game? If it were Wally, he would never play again. Spot on. No, you're absolutely spot on, Big Islanders fan. There was no accountability, and that was a big thing with the coaching too. No players were held accountable unless, like, for some reason you were Pierre Engvall or Oliver Wahlstrom. There was no accountability for anyone's mistakes or actions. It was just like a select group of players, which I found very weird. And it's again like where we were all scratching our head at coaching, going, "Why is it only this one player? Why is it only XYZ?" So hopefully, Wah knows the game. He knows, and the big thing that we need is defense. He was a goaltender, obviously a Hall of Fame goaltender. He's gonna know what the defense needs to do to protect the net, what the defense needs to help their goaltender out, which is a huge advantage for us. Obviously, he's worked with Varlamov before. He was with him in Colorado, so he's worked with Varlamov. Sadly, Varlamov is still technically, hurt. He's on IR still, but I mean, they have a history. But it's also great that he gets to work with Ilya Sorokin, in my opinion, too. You have this amazing, we have an amazing goaltender squad. Pierre Greco and Mitch Korn are fantastic. But then you add Now, Patrick Waugh on top of that, damn. And then he's gonna be able to I feel like he's really going to be able to help the defense of how to help, keep their freaking feet moving. No puck watching. As Cosmo Trex here, screw the Pentagon and the diamond. There's no triangle unless it's a 5-on-3. But screw the Pentagon, screw the diamond. I hope he fucking blasts that into the sun. I really hope he blasts that into the sun. Keep their feet moving and get rid of the damn Pentagon where they sit back in the zone and just don't help their goaltender at all. I really hope he blasts that into the sun. I really hope he's able to change that. Like, again, I'm saying tomorrow we're not going to see it, but over time, I'm really hoping that's something I see vanish into thin air. That's a big thing with me with Patrick Waugh that I want see him change. Ooh. Did the Maple Leafs lose? I saw they were tied 3-3. It was very Islanders. I just saw Bissonnette tweeting about it. Oh no, they're win. Oh no, they're down. I was like, oh, they're nope. 5-4 Canucks. Oof. Lambert to Toronto. I support it. Oh man. Oh. But yeah. This is a huge change for the New York Islanders. Something PS says here that I find they had no identity. They had nothing that I felt was them. There was like a loss of themselves with this team, and I hope that was able to bring something together. That's really big. Uh, yeah, no problem, Andrew. See you. Oh, Steve Dangle's doing a watch along. Oh, I can feel all the pain. I can feel all the pain. Sorry if I'm sniffling, by the way. I do have a cold. And so I'm like, my cold medicine has worn off at this point. So I'm sorry about all the sniffling. My cold medicine is gone. So yeah, hockey. That this was something I saw coming too. As a Habs fan, it's gonna be weird seeing Waugh with the Islanders. Yeah, yeah, no, definitely 6-4 Canucks. Ooh, okay, but yeah, no, I completely understand that for Habs fans. 6-4. Damn. Oh man, Leafs. What happened? What happened, Ball Bizanet? What happened? They had that grit. They came back, Paul. They're so good, Paul. Sorry. It's just for Paul Bizanet. Every other Leafs fan, I'm sorry. Not Paul Bizanet. All right. But this is. Do you have any Patrick Waugh questions for me? Do you have anything about what do I feel about him with the squad? Just send them my way. I'm here to answer your questions right now because we're here to talk about this new hiring. I'm so completely excited and stoked. This is exactly what I've been crying for 2 months. Um so it's great to finally have the validation it coming through, and I love this hiring. I was not Wall was not in my bingo cards at all. We do play tomorrow. Oh, I can't do a fudge. I can't do a podcast tomorrow. I'm going to be at the game. Do I do Monday? Should I do Monday? What do you guys think? There should be a podcast episode where I feature the Kelsey. How the hell would I even get them on my podcast? I like that. Here's one. Are you getting the Patrick Waugh jersey? If he makes us win the cup, sure. Sure. My brother even asked on Twitter if that was a jersey foul. What can Waugh do to win over this fan base? Says Mark Mancini. I like that. What can Waugh? He's already started. winning over this fan base. Number one is how he's talking to the media and how he says how he wants to use media to connect to the fans. Instant number one win over right there with the fans. We want to be connected to this team. We want to know what's going on through our coach's mind and through the players' minds. Our direct link is through our head coach, especially after every win and every loss. And the fact that he's saying, I'm here to step up, connect with the fans and my players, and just, have a connection, especially Lou, who cuts off all connections. That's already a win. That's already a way to win over this fan base. Number two is going to be, maybe giving Wallstrom more chances. Maybe, just changing things around, but for the better. Like, he's not with these crazy line changes that Lane was doing, but getting an idea. And one thing is going to be being vocal on the bench. One thing that Lane was never was vocal on the bench. Timeout times, challenges sometimes were weird, good decisions, and being vocal for his players behind the bench is going to be a big way to win over the fan base. We want to see him being a coach. We want to see him doing what he needs to do for the team. And that's going to be huge. Like, hopefully, like something like him getting rid of the Pentagon, things like that. That's going to be huge. It's going to be the win over the fan base. We want to see that change. We want to see his take. We want to see his flair to the team come alive. And the biggest win over, in my opinion, we'll see this team whipped into shape every single period, ready to play 60 minutes of hockey. That is going to be the biggest win to this fan base. If he can get this team to play a full 60 minutes, you got me. Because that has been one of our biggest problems, is that they are not fired up. They are not ready coming in. He gets them to play a full 60. Let's see where this leads. Devils are getting destroyed. Oh my god. Why the hell was I muted? Oops. But yeah, no. I was looking at it going, Duchesne scored, which was making me laugh. Duchesne scored. Am I still muted? What is wrong with this damn mic? Sorry. What a mess. Okay. But yeah, I was laughing because Duchesne scored. And I found it funny because I'm like, he's gonna look at the Islanders bench coming up this next game and look up and be like, you son of a bitch. You can hear me. Good. I'm happy. Okay, that makes me happy. Montreal Canadiens are down 7. Yeah, Boston is Boston. I'm not even too concerned about Boston. Dallas took the loss to Philly personally. Oh man, but that is brutal. In the third period now. The hair gel is gone. Facts. The hair gel is gone. But I thank you so much for that last question by Mark Mancini. I feel like that was a really good question, personally. So thank you for that. But again, just let them come my way about Patrick Waugh, things as an Island. I mean, you have an Islanders fan right here for reactions, anything, hit them my way. But I can tell you right now, as a fan, this has reinvigorated my passion and my excitement to go see this team. That's for a fact. And I love that Waugh said that that's his biggest thing, is that he wants fans to be proud of their crest. Did that hit hard? Ooh, yeah. I don't know who Lou would have gotten if he didn't get Waugh. Why is my mind blanking right now? Because I was looking at the other coach. Starts with a B. And I'm blanking on his name right now. I'm having a brain fart.
Someone help me. Someone say Broomy! Thank you! Thank you, Jorge. But yeah, this was who I was thinking we would have possibly gone for had we not had Wa. Thank you guys. Oh my god. Jorge wins. But yeah, no, that's the one. My brain was just my brain's fried. I've been working for 14 hours, okay? But yeah, to me it was Broomy. I thought we were gonna go for Broomy if we didn't have Wa right now. Curiously optimistic for being depressed for so long. I mean, this is a huge change, and huge change was needed. I'm going to be. I'm an optimistic person, guys. If you guys follow me, you know I am a very optimistic fan. I always try to see the glass half full. So when people saw me tweeting what I tweeted last night, they were like, "Shit! If Kim's saying this is bad." Because ooh, that was roof. But I'll put this here for you guys. But yeah, that was like a huge thing. Like when people saw me tweeting that, like, and that hurt my soul to tweet. That really hurt my soul to tweet because I love this team with all of my heart. So I'm just so glad that it shows that they give a damn and they're trying, and I appreciate the hell out of that. But that's the Twitter. I'm always on Twitter. I'm always tweeting about the Islanders, especially during game times. It's like nice earrings. Thank you guys. I appreciate the ear love for the earrings. But yeah, that's like a huge thing to me. Huge thing to me. Whew. But yeah, no, I'm always optimistic. I'm always optimistic. I was depressed this morning, and today just turned awesome. Absolutely, positively awesome. Joseph says, "Of course I'm excited, but I hope this won't be a disaster." Listen, the worst thing is we get a high pick in the draft lottery. It's hard. He's coming in mid-season. He's gonna turn this team around in an aspect. Who knows? I'm hoping he can turn this team around, but it is what it is. Prince Chicken Wing says he's curious on player reactions. I don't know. I don't know what the players think about this. Here's the thing to me. I will just say this. Obviously, I don't know how the players feel. But here's the thing to me. I think Lane Lambert lost the room. Absolutely, I did. The way they played spoke like they did not give a single shit. That's the way it looked like they played. It's like they had given up on Lane and his system. That's what it looked like when they played. There was no 60 minutes. If anything, we would get a nice 5 to 10 minutes at max. And that tells, I don't know, just that after that, they would make their little pentagon and would give up. You guys know I screamed about this every single week. And looking at it, it just looks like the team just gave up on Lane. So maybe with this coaching change, maybe they'll be open-minded to Wah. I mean, he knows his shit. Everyone knows he knows his shit. Maybe they will be more optimistic and open to listening to Wah and what he has to bring. That's what I will say. Yeah, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. Yeah, Lane certainly lost the crowd after night after night. I was there for that home loss in Minnesota. The fans weren't having his output. The fans weren't having it since November, Mark. The fans were done with it since November. Okay? We have been done with it since November. I honestly wish, I'm sorry, but I wish this happened sooner. I really do. Any more questions? And then maybe I'll just wrap it up. But man, whew. Thomas says, were you ready to give up your tickets if they did nothing? No. I would still go to every single game. No, that's not even a question in my mind. Not even. I would never give up my tickets. I would still go. I never boo the team. God damn it. Why is it showing no volume? Can you guys still hear me? La la la. This mic can sometimes be annoying. Okay, you guys can still hear me. For some reason, it like on my laptop just like glitched, and it said like no sound. Okay, I was like, but yeah, what was I saying? I would never give up my tickets. I never boo my team really. Like I don't like booing my own team. Again, I'm a very optimistic person. I don't like coming at the guys who are hopefully trying their best. I always try to say like I hope they're trying their best. And sometimes it's hard. The Hughes 6-0. Oh no! The Dallas scored again? How come all of these Dallas stars are scoring and Robertson doesn't have one freaking goal because he's on my fantasy, right? He does have 2 assists and 3 points for me, but God forbid he has one freaking goal in this humongous game. Touchdown Dallas, facts. Jesus. Shit. Everyone give it to me. 1, 2, 3, shit. Alright. Damn. I'm winning in fantasy. Let's go. He hates me. Yeah, Jason Robertson. Robertson, yo. We gotta have a talk. Come on, man. 1 goal. Give me the extra point, Robertson. Do you think the Devils will pull their goalie? Yes or no? Oh, man. But yeah, any last minute questions? I'll open it up for like a minute or 2 more and then I'll end it up. He says, if we hypothetically finish the season top 2 in the Metro with 100 plus points, is it crazy or too late to consider Wah for the Jack Adams? Yeah. No. What he did for the turnaround would be positively awesome, but in terms of other teams and other coaches, no. For like what they did full season with their teams, nah. He wouldn't be a Jack Adams candidate in my opinion. Ooh, David, I have no clue. The stupid like celebrity shit with the captains, I find stupid. Favorite all-time Islander? I have a few. So it's like Bobby Nye, because my mom loved him and he's amazing to me. Robin Leonard, because he helped me in a time I really needed help. And my God, the year that we had Robin Leonard feels like a fever dream. Like it was just absolute wonderfulness. And Casey Zizekas. Easy. Love Casey. Love his grit. Favorite Zelda? Twilight Princess. Will Sorokin get a break? Well, his backup is Appleby. And I like Ken, but poor Sorokin. Poor Sorokin. That's all I've been saying for the past 6 games. It's just poor Sorokin. Poor Sorokin. Oh my God, that 14-hour shift. Do you think Lambert's assistants get removed? I would say maybe they stay for the end of the season and then possibly get removed during off season, or maybe they stick together. Wah finds he likes the assistant coaches and they stay. It's up in the air, honestly. I feel like that one's more played by ear. He's played the past 12 games of break. They did have Appleby in for the end of that 3rd period. I know it's not saying much, but you know, it's tough. Let Wad. I love Tommy. Let Wad decide. Facts. It's his job now. Am I going tomorrow? Yes, I will be there. I'm coming after work, but I will be there. All right. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me about this Patrick Waugh news. God, man, what a head spin today. I can't believe it, but I'm so happy it finally happened. You were named after Wah. That's kick-ass. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I thank you guys so much for, coming in. I know I haven't streamed in a while, and I'm sorry about that. It's been issues. As you can see, I'm using StreamYard again. I tried. I've been futzing with it, and I just can't get it to work. So we might be doing StreamYard for a while. Big Islanders fan with the 2. Thank you very much, my man. I really appreciate it. He says, "Good night, Kim. Have a great Islanders night. Let's go Islanders." After tonight, man, let's go Islanders. Oh, this is exactly what we needed. Is the wedding going to be at UBS? I don't know, ask Jordan. I would like that. New era of Islanders hockey. It's a new turning point. So this is exactly what we needed. So I'm very excited for where it will go. Good night, guys. Let's go Islanders. Let's go Patrick Waugh. Woo, woo.